Hello, it is me, BP. Excuse my voice, I'm a little sick. But yes, I have returned. After quite a while, we completed our cross-country move, quite a large trek from Vegas or Henderson to middle of bumfuck nowhere, Nebraska, in a small town. We did it. I have so much to update you on, but most importantly, look at this lightsaber I got. I spent so much money on this thing. Battlefront 2 has had a massive resurgence, so it's got my Star Wars phase going again. Dude, it just looks so awesome on camera. In the dark, it looks like a real lightsaber. Don't ask about that. Couple things. One, sorry if my voice sounds bad. I've been sick as fuck. Two, I haven't had a motorcycle for a long time. Been really rough. And my Insta360 is packed away deep somewhere, so I don't have any other ride footage to use for you guys from old rides. And even then, I've used those old rides in quite a few videos. So you get Star Wars Battlefront 2 gameplay. You get to watch me drop like a nasty 23 kill streak and absolutely wreck this game. Anyways, I'm just going from the hip off the top of my head, so there's a lot I'm missing. I sold the GS a while ago. Then Kira sold her Shadow, a massive sacrifice for both of us as full-time motorcyclists. All we did was ride, and that was a really big outlet, especially for me. So that has been really tough. We got this van, a Ford Econoline E350 2006. We moved from Henderson / Las Vegas all the way 18-hour drive, like 1,200 miles, something like that, to a small town in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Nebraska. So we got this van because U-Haul wanted like $8 grand to rent a truck for a trip like that. So we bought the van for $6,500, bought a trailer for $200, put a couple thousand on work and suspension, you know, fixing the front end suspension and, you know, maintenance and all that on the van. And dude, that thing was a beast. It pulled the move off and pulled that overloaded little trailer all the way. The trip, it did quite well. Really struggled up those hills with all that weight. We overloaded the shit out of that little tiny utility trailer, but we made the move and it went pretty well. Anyways, before that, we used the van, stripped it out, and we were thinking about maybe converting it after the move so we can use it for road trips. I'm considering listing it just because it's such a gas hog. We might be able to get a more fuel-efficient vehicle, and it served its purpose. So we needed the gas-guzzling, heavy-duty V10 engine and all of that for moving cross-country, which is done now, and we probably won't need that much power again for a very long time. So I'm considering listing it. It's a West Coast vehicle. Selling that in the Rust Belt of the Midwest might do pretty well. But we took this van on quite a few trips, stayed sometimes for like up to a week just sleeping out of the van, and we got a little portable fridge that we plugged in and a big ass power bank, and it was quite nice working from the van, which I had to do a handful of times, so it was incredibly difficult, especially in the heat. But we took this to Zion, to Lake Mead, to Utah, and it's just served us, you know, as daily transport and so forth. But the main purpose of the move, it served very well. Why family drama. Dad relapsed, former alcoholic, relapsed, drank a few times, blah, blah, blah. You know, recently divorced a year, 2-3 years ago, something like that. Fuck, I don't remember. Lots of family drama I'm not going to get into, but we're doing good. I'm 200 pounds now and jacked, doing great. Probably dropped a little bit of weight. I hit my peak of 207, and I keep getting sick for some reason and losing weight, just getting horrifically ill. So that's been annoying. Business, by the way, has been fantastic. Now I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. This channel's more like a journal, so I just update people on, you know, what I'm doing and how much money I'm making. I talk about freaking everything here, so I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I had a bunch of $7,000 months, which is pretty solid for me, and a few $9,000 months, which is like my all-time record is 9K, and I've been hitting 9K occasionally, which for me is a big deal. Now, granted, I work my ass off for that. Like, I am killing myself editing videos like 10 hours a day for that 9K. It has been rough, but when the invoices get paid and I see that number in my bank account, feels good. And now that I'm making all this money, I'm even more happy. I'm literally moving into my mom's basement in Nebraska. You know, you make all this money, usually you move out and get your own place, but the issue my parents made is they would have lifestyle inflation. They'd make more and more money, and then the expenses would go up and up, along with having 6 kids. And it just eventually they fell upon rough times and they went underwater immediately. So with how fucked this economy is, like absolutely baller crazy. The inflation numbers that they're posting, the job growth numbers, total 100,000% fabricated lies. I'm not going to ignore what I see and what the entire country sees before their eyes. We're all talking about it, but the government's saying, no, we're fine. Inflation is down. Dog, grocery prices are still literally like twice what they were 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not falling for that shit. They're lying about the inflation. It is still high as fuck. It is freaking expensive to survive, man. So with that, We're in war. Our troops are being expended. Our money doesn't get us this far, so I want to reserve, invest more of it. I opened a Roth IRA, and I've just been kind of fucking around with stocks, a self-managed Roth IRA through Chase. You know, I know nothing about stocks. It was kind of a lot to get into at first because I thought you just put money in and then it just pays you back and it yields and they auto-invest it. No, every little stock and investment you have to choose. So I did some research on stocks. I've made a decent little return on my money. Some stocks I've chosen, stable stocks, or like a semiconductor portfolio I would invest in. And I have had like a 14% return since March, which is like really, really good. Granted, that could change, but you know, it's been kind of fun seeing my money grow. Not by a massive amount, but, you know, just a little bit. So yeah, we're trying to get into this basement, and we thought we'd get right in, but we got down there, tore everything out, like the old walls and shit, and there's water damage, and we've been for like over a week now behind a sheet. We're in like a little corner of a room with a sheet for privacy on an air mattress. It has been tough because no privacy. Little sister wakes up at 5 a.m. off to school, making noise, been sick, working my ass off. It's been kind of tough, but we're managing. What else? And this one's kind of hard to talk about. Me and Kiwi almost broke up. Very tough. I'll just kind of summarize it. It's not as bad as what people would probably think, but I don't want to like spill all the beans, but there were some lies. I'm a paranoid motherfucker, and if people lie to me, I don't like that, and I find out about it. I lived in a house full of lots of lies for a while, so I got really good at telling if people were lying. And there was something I was suspicious about from Kiwi's past, and I was paranoid as hell, and gave into my paranoia, and did some digging, and I found out that I was right, and I was lied to, or let's just call it a omission of the truth at best. And it was a pretty sensitive matter. It wasn't, you know, not like her being a hoe or anything, thank fucking God. I wouldn't be able to tolerate any of that, but it was still pretty bad. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was really, really tough, but she took full responsibility, worked through it. It was the most painful, dude, I've been through so much physical and mental anguish in my short life. That was by far the worst thing I've ever been through, like the possibility of breaking up with someone that I intended on, or I should say intend on marrying. That was freaking rough and reminded me just how much I cared about her. And we both have done some work, her in particular, since, and we've just come out way stronger through it. I'm glad it happened. But dude, part of me had the thought like, oh, if we break up, dude, all these, because I've had some very negative comments on my videos like, oh, you guys are gonna break up and she's gonna cheat on you, and you'd be surprised how, like, I've had people write essays on this small channel and they just fucking hate me sometimes. Really funny. But I just thought out loud, oh, these comments are gonna feel so vindicated when I eventually tell people about this. But no, we're doing absolutely great. What else? We had a big wedding. I'm the video editor. Video editor friend of mine recently got married, and I met one of my longtime clients from Finland for the first time after working with him for like 3-4 years, and met one of his clients, and we actually became really good friends. And I drank more than I have in my entire life. Still didn't get drunk. Like I have some Scottish in my blood. Us Scots, we hold our fucking liquor, dude. Like, holy shit, we can drink a lot and not notice it. And I didn't realize till I was like really deep in, but it was a blast. I met my clients. Business has been great. I'm winning. I'm feeling good. I'm tired. I'm working my ass off, but I'm feeling good, guys. Life is going good. I will say I very much miss creating content. I haven't been able to get to my plans of the course. In my video where I talked about my plan to get rich, I talked about getting into live production and commercial and corporate. That, I haven't even made moves on that. I worked on a new website a little bit, and then shit ramped up. I got a big Roblox client, and I've been making like what I used to make off of 3 clients, I make off of just him. But I'm busy as hell. So the gaming editing, and I'm getting people reaching out to me who want me to edit for them, and I literally can't take them. So it's been really freaking good. Kiwi slowly but surely is starting to pick up video editing. I'm training her. She just did a few days ago her first gaming edit, and it was a little rough on the edges and took her like 10 hours, whereas it would take me 2, but she did it. And this is from someone who's so tech illiterate, like, you know, can't figure out how to open, you know, File Explorer, doesn't know what a driver is. That's a big deal. So, you know, slowly but surely I'm training her, and I think in a few months time she'll be able to pick it up. What else is happening? Well, one of my editor friend, his client, and I guess he's now my friend technically, who's a collaborator of my client, if that makes sense. They collab in a lot of content they do together. So I speak with both of them quite frequently. We play games now. I kind of have a gaming group, so like once every few weeks we'll hop on for like a little healthy amount, like an hour and a half, and we'll play games together. And it's honestly been really fun, like kind of being friends with my clients and playing games with them. Me and Kiwi got formally invited to his wedding, which is going to be in Europe. So we'll be flying to Europe for the first time. We'll need to get our passport soon. I've never done that. The idea of that is so scary. So I'm rushing to try and get Kira trained so I can reduce my workload, give some of it to her, and we'll be able to make money fully remote, which means we get a one-way ticket, premium economy, of course, because my back is so fucked I cannot do economy class for that long of a trip. We'll be going there, one-way ticket, staying as long as we want, and exploring Europe, because everything is kind of connected by train over there. So, you know, we're going to be in England, but once you get across the pond off of the island of England, you can, you know, kind of travel around and see everything, which is what we plan on doing, because it's going to be expensive to fly up there and back, so might as well see everything while we're there. What else? Kind of disappointed in the Trump presidency. I thought he was the better pick out of the two, but, you know, we're getting some of the stuff that he promised on, like the border control, all of that. Reduced government spending? Absolutely not. It's been the polar opposite. I know a lot of Trumpkins are going to get mad at me in the comments, but I just am becoming more and more apolitical and seeing both parties are two sides of the same fucking coin. It's controlled opposition and everyone's corrupt and fucking sold out. And in the past, I've liked the marketing of a few right-wing Republicans. The marketing is nice, but in actuality, we don't get what we voted for. So the economy, better, but still absolute dog shit. Tax on tips, we said, oh, there's going to be no taxes on tips, but it repeals when he's out, and it's not actually a tax on tips. It's a tax credit on tips that's applied to a refund. So they still take the fucking tax out of your check, they still tax your tips, and then they give it back to you after the IRS approves to give it back to you in the form of a tax credit. And then it phases out, of course, when he's out of office so that someone else can run on it. Just a few things like that where I just feel I'm still far from satisfied. Like, American politics is like celebrating. Okay, so this year, the last president, we got railed by an 11-inch dildo. So we get to pick between getting forcibly railed by a 9-inch dildo or a 14-inch dildo. And then they get the 9 instead, and everyone starts cheering and celebrating. Boys, we're still getting absolutely ram-fucked by a dildo. A 9-inch dildo, by the way. Not flared at the bottom, okay? This is very dangerous. We're in very dangerous territory, and we're celebrating about like the smallest grains of rice, and it's like a joke. It's like they drop the grains of rice at the feet. Oh, we won't tax your tips, which are gifts, shouldn't be taxed in the first place. But we're kind of still technically taxing your tips, and it's going to phase out right after. And it's such a cheap little bone that we're being tossed a little doggy treat, and everyone's like, whoa, we won, boys, we won. Oh, and of course, we're going to release the Epstein files. Believe me, I have them right on my desk. I'm looking at them. And then once he's elected, we're over here like, you were the chosen one, Donald. You were supposed to release the Epstein files, not seal them. And he goes, that was before I was president. And ignites his lightsaber, and we start fighting to the death. Anyways, yeah, move is been kind of rough. I found myself playing a lot of video games, Star Wars Battlefront 2, of course, because it's had a huge revival, and my Star Wars phase has come back. I got back into Star Wars Battlefront 2 after being like totally celibate from games. I've been having a good time. I got to watch the prequels and the original trilogy, and we're gonna have to go through the sequel trilogy. Ew. But my nerd has come out. I bought that lightsaber. I'm in a Star Wars phase hard right now. I need help. But I have been coming kind of complacent just because I don't have a space, and it's been very hard to like work on my own content because I'm literally in a crammed, wet, leaky basement right now with like bugs and dust everywhere, dude. Like, I'm sitting on a lawn chair with cushions stuffed on it. It's kind of tough. But there are those who have done more than I am with less than I have. So I can't be a bitch. I realized I was being a bitch and playing games because, I don't have a place or a place to focus to. I want to redo the course again and like go ham with it and do a bunch of YouTube content to promote it and blah, blah, blah. And instead I was playing Battlefront 2, literally playing video games in my mom's basement, literally doing that. And I was playing, having a good time, and this voice just hit me like, dude, you're slowing down, you're getting complacent, get back to it. For those of you that don't know, I've talked in extent about my struggles with pornography. I've relapsed a handful of times since my last video. Unfortunately, it is like once a month, once every 2 months, whatever. Sometimes once every 2 weeks. It's rough, dude. My sex drive is so fucking high, and I'm not gonna make excuses or justify it. It's bad, it's immoral, it's bad, and I'm in a loving, sexually active, committed relationship. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really struggle from the demon of lust. Like, I have a happy, loving, committed, active relationship. I'm attracted to her. It's great. But, dude, it's part of me just wants to go around and fuck everything with a pulse and conquer, like, still. And it wasn't there when I was a single guy. Oh, yeah, another thing. It got so bad. I went to therapy over it. Fucking waste of money. Not only is it expensive, but these guys just tell you whatever you want to hear. They refuse to have opinions, so I'm looking for like someone to give me advice, to tell me where my form's wrong and where my thinking's wrong and where I can improve. Instead, they just and they just jerk me off and try and pin absolutely everything on my alcoholic father, blame everything on him, and tell me I need a billion different types of therapy and counseling, and I need to join a little alcoholic survivors group where we hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and cry about how hard our lives are. And look, if you go to therapy and it works, good for you. But I tried, and it was just not what I was looking for. There was zero critique. I could have said anything. I could have demonized anyone who was totally innocent, and they would have just fed me more and more and agreed with me. And this was a men's focused therapist, and then I found another therapist group which was like masculinity, male, a mind, body, spirit, focus on your business. You know, I'm more like kind of, you know, Andrew Tate style men's focused, like hardcore therapy, you know, for like men who actually want to lock in and be successful. So I would expect these guys would align with my worldview more. No, you know what this motherfucker suggested, dude? I get in a call with this guy, and the first, like, I tell, because all these fucking idiots say the same shit. Oh, you just have to go outside and pick up a hobby, and don't stay at home too long, and focus on work, and then it'll be easy to quit porn. But I do all that shit, okay? I'm a hardcore motherfucker. I train, I work my ass off. I'm a very high-performing person. So none of that shit, I do all of that tenfold. So I explained this to him. And, you know, when their little easy to quit porn guide, oh, go outside, go on a walk, that stupid retarded shit. And look, if it works for you guys, that's great. But for me, I don't know if porn's just a symptom of a deed or issue or whatever. But I explained to this guy, you know, I've been through all this and I'm looking for like direct coaching, actionable steps. This motherfucker looks me dead in the eye. It was a Zoom call. And he says, this fucking dorky bitch with a big nose and skinny ass motherfucker, probably not much older than me, no older than 30. He goes, there's been a recent explosion in alternative lifestyles and relationships, namely polyamory. Would that be something you're interested in? I look at him, I go, bro, I tell you all of this. I tell you, you know, I want to build an empire. I want to build a safe place to raise kids. I want to have freedom. I want to take care of my family. My family's suffering. I want this. I want that. I love my girl. I'm protective. I tell him all of this. And this motherfucker thinks that me sharing my girl, letting another put his penis in my woman is a good idea to help my lust problems. That I should go bang hoes and I should let other dudes bang her. Now look, I'm gonna say, as a guy, I'm not saying it's right, okay, but I understand the urge to want to bang other people. I get that. And like, it's easier for men to have sex without commitment. Like, it's more of just a physical thing for us. I get that. I'm not saying that it's okay for men to cheat, but women can't or anything like that. It's as long as two adults are consenting and honest, whatever. I don't give a shit. But for a guy to be okay with his girl getting banged by other men, bro, give me your man card. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just an ignorant bigot. Okay, whatever. But it actually pissed me off. I ended the call early after this fucking idiot said that. I'm like, you know what? You have nothing of value to give me. What the fuck is that? Recommending that I share my fucking girl? Polyamory, really? I have never seen a single case of this work. And maybe some of you poly folks in the audience are going to get mad at me. The stereotypes are true. Every polyamorous couple I have ever fucking met in my life, every single one, without exception, is always horribly groomed, smelly, weird tattoos and like zodiac signs, pot. There's always pot and drugs involved. Always weed though, but huge amounts of weed, overweight and unhealthy, without exception. And look, I'm just sharing, I'm not saying polyamorous people are bad. Kira has a good friend and I like them a lot. And she's polyamorous or whatever. And I met her husband too, and she wants me to meet two of her boyfriends, which I want to. And they're a super sweet couple. I love them. They're awesome. But that lifestyle is just fucking gross. And every person who partakes in it, there's always, I don't mean to sound like a dick here, but there's always a sense of weakness, like emotional sensitivity or physical gluttony. I've never seen a well-adjusted person who has their shit together partake in a polyamorous lifestyle. Never seen it once. And maybe it happens. I'm sure it's out there. I just haven't seen it. So to have that lifestyle suggested to me is just, ugh, that's gross. Therapy, gay. To be real though, no, lots of guys do need therapy, and it should be more normal to talk about this stuff, to analyze and to grow, but not to just sit there and jerk off and woe is me. So yeah, trying to lock back in, trying to get back on it. This is a very small town. I work till like fucking 9 sometimes. I'll wake up at 6, get to it, and finish at 9. I work a lot, dude. And there's a few breaks for food in there. I'll go on a quick walk to get some sun in between, or go to the gym if I'm lucky. I've been fucking sick, so I haven't worked out in a while. It's been rough. But once I'm done, everything is closed in this town. I now take Saturdays and Sundays off again. And Sunday, everything's closed because it's an old school southern town. So Sunday's the Lord's Day and it's all closed. So you get Saturday and that's pretty much it. And there's not much to do here. It's a very small town. So Lots of bars and alcohol, but that's not my thing. I don't want to do karaoke and listen to some southern guy go to the bar and play some music about romanticizing being broke. Dun, dun, dun. And I like my beer, and I got my Ford pickup truck, and I glorify being broke. Yeah, and I fuck my sister. Dun, 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 dun. In my dirt road. Boom, boom. I just upset the entire southern U.S. I don't know how I'm gonna do stuff, man. I'm BikerPhilosopher, but I have no bike. I'm gonna have to find some motorcycle video game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And did you like my cinematic shots? I've been fucking around with my camera again after all these years. Let me know if you like them. What I'm working on now, I am just kind of floating with work at the moment. I'm trying to speed up on renovating this basement so we can move in and have a privacy so we can, you know, do this shaboing safely, and we can cuddle again and walk around naked. I love walking around with my balls out and doing jumping jacks intermittently throughout the day and watching my balls flap. But I want a nice place I can film, I can work in that course, I can expand, I can make more content here. I need my domain. I need my domain returned to me. That and I think we're probably gonna sell the van, or maybe get a shitbox economy car, or who knows. I want something with all-wheel drive though. I mean, like, you know, Subaru Outback or something like that. Something we can sleep in if we want to, you know, maybe put a little propane stove in the back so we can camp in it and whatnot. Or who knows, maybe we'll keep the van and finish building it out like we talked about. So I gotta decide that. And yeah, just kind of help my mom fix up this old beat up house and kit out this basement so we have a living space. Anyways, I'm just gonna speed through the rest of this gameplay. Brrr, look at that score, man. Oh, I fucking popped off. All right, love you guys. Bye.